Great content needs a great audience.
Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? Good morning, Darlene. How are you this morning? Girl, we're going to talk about how we're going to stay present and be in the now. You know, this morning while I was meditating, I was thinking, what is something that I can do today? Set my intentions. My intention for today is to be present and to know that I am abundance because everything I need, I possess within inside of me. And so while I was saying that, I'm sitting there saying, okay, I always say that. So, what are the steps I'm going to have to take in order to stay present, stay in the moment? Um, One of the things I said, I could, one, do breathing exercises to ground myself, right? And just to take in everything that's around me, be observant of what's around me. Because a lot of times, have you ever experienced, Darlene? Um, Thank you. Have you ever like went somewhere and said and noticed something and was like, I didn't notice that there before? Like you can drive home, you be going home and notice a house, and you're like, I never noticed that house there before, or I never noticed a fire hydrant was over to the right or the left of me. That's because we're so busy thinking about other things and we're not being cognitive of what is like really around us in that moment. So what I did this morning, I normally go the same way every day. I said, you know what, this morning I'm going to take a different route to the coffee shop. And here's to you guys this morning, by the way. I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go a different route and just take in the scenery, take in everything that's around me. And that's what I did this morning. So I'm going to have to be mindful of being present all day today, knowing that with me taking in everything that's around me, I'm not going to think about 2 hours from now, 3 hours from now. I'm going to just be in the moment, like sitting right here. You guys can't see it. But, every morning I normally sit here or I'm outside, not even really realizing, noticing these beautiful plants that's right here in front of me. Well, again, that's because we have so many other things on our mind. We're thinking about so many other things that we're not even aware of what's really before us. And even in, can you all hear me real good? Even in conversating with people, I've said this before and have been guilty of it plenty of times. They're talking, and while they're talking, I'm just can't wait till they finish so I can interject. Not being present, just can't wait for them to be quiet so I can say what I needed to say. Or um, being in a conversation and my mind is somewhere else. I've been there, Darlene. Have you done that? I do know that being in the present, it reduces stress and anxiety. I got my notes here. I took some notes too, guys. It also enhances the focus and productivity, and it improves your emotional well-being. How many of us today, I was going to put a poll up, is going to practice missing something important? They said yes. Exactly. How many of you guys today going to practice that with me, literally being in the present moment? Because here we go, transparency for me. um I can be like yesterday. I went to work and I'm thinking about, okay, next month, what's going to happen next month. Actually, yeah, it just not being in the moment of everything that I had going on yesterday, right? So good morning, Rude Wayne. Good morning. Um, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Uh, ex- um, just be mindful, be in the moment, be present, and it's hard. It is really hard. One of the things that you can do to stay present is when you see yourself thinking about what happened yesterday, replaying what somebody did to you or said to you, is to stop, pause, breathe, get yourself back grounded. Or, they have like, you can go on YouTube and pull up meditation, like a 5 minute meditation, just to ground yourself, just to center yourself again, and then to get right back into the moment. Rude Wayne, you ain't got to wish that. You ain't got to wish that. Can't nobody change that but you. If you wish it, honey, can't nobody change that but you. Okay? You ain't gonna have to wish that you in a situation. You be the situation that you want to change. If you want to be single, then by all means get in the present and call it quits. Period. Period. Another thing of being present in the moment, and I do this every day. I always practice gratitude. I always showing gratitude over everything. As I was riding down the road this morning, I heard the birds sing, and I was like, "Wow, God, the birds are sound so beautiful." And I thank you for me being able to hear the birds singing. You know, them birds are always present. They get up singing, glorifying. And a lot of people say, Darlene, like, live in the moment, live in the moment. What do we always do? We're always pulling our phones out, videoing or whatever. Um, but yeah, be in the moment. My son have gotten on me plenty of times about being in the moment. We have to limit our distractions. Um, put away the devices. How many of you guys on here, Darlene, Rude Way, who else on here? Soon as you get up in the morning time, let's just be transparent. As soon as you get up in the morning time, pick up your phone and start looking at your news feed or see who done posted what, reading the news. How many of us do that? I try not to do that. I try not to do that. And sometimes I fall guilty of it. Because what happens when we pick up our devices, we're putting ourselves back into chaos. Chaos. That's good, darling. That's really good. We're putting ourselves back into chaos when we should actually wake up and say our prayers, show our gratitude. One thing I know you all have heard this by Denzel Washington, and it comes up on your feed. I know it comes up on your feed. He says, in the morning when you get up, the first thing you should do is sit in silence. Sit in silence. You're welcoming in peace. Because when you get up in the morning time, everything is settled. Nobody's moving. The kids are not playing, fussing, fighting. The baby's not crying. Everybody's asleep. In the morning time, get up and sit in complete silence. Don't pick up your idiot. I've been doing that for the past week and a half. As soon as I wake up, if I don't go into my reading room, I'll just sit there in bed and just sit in complete quietness. Because I don't know about you guys. I don't like being in there all the time, mind going all the time. And what I have found these past few days with me doing that, I'm at ease. I'm not so anxious. I sit in quiet. He said do it for 30 minutes, but I've been doing it for like, I'll wake up and I sit in quiet time for maybe like 10 minutes. Good morning, Nika. Good morning. Good morning, Martha. I sit in complete silence and just take it in. And that is a really good feeling. That's being in the moment. That's being present as well. After that is over with, then I will turn on my meditation, my guided meditation, and I will sit there and just meditate, show my gratitude, start visualizing. The word for the day is be present. Listen, hold on. Being in the moment, being present. Let me hold on 1 second. The word for the day is unlocking the power within by how? How are we going to do that? By being present, by knowing that everything we need is within us, And as long as we stay present and keep reminding ourselves, no matter what's coming or what's going, I have everything that I need. I have all the tools that I need. I have the power within me. And I tell you something, that once we start really being in the present and knowing that we have gifts to unlock, it's limitless. It is limitless. Limitless. I can tell you this, and for me, I've often done it times and not realized that I was doing it. Let me give you all a good example. It's been about maybe 5 years ago, 5 to 6 years ago. I was just, listen, honey, I was in a place where I was like, listen, I needed a certain thing. I didn't want to ask anybody for anything. And I went outside on my porch. This is before I moved where I'm at now. I went outside on my porch and listen, I just started just talking to God. And, it was somebody that I could have reached out to. I said, no, I'm not reaching out to nobody. And I just started talking to him, just like, listen, I know that this thing is going to work out and you're going to work it out. And I promise you guys, once I said that, left it alone and was just like, okay, I'm just going to wait and I know what's going to happen. I promise you, I got a phone call like 2 days later getting the exact thing that I was at talking to him about. Um, Darlene says, whatever God brings us to, he will bring us through. You are right. You are right. And let's keep it real, Darlene. A lot of times when we're going through the go through, we don't even see it like that until we get to a place where we're sitting down and just really thinking, okay, I'm going through this. I know if he brought me to it, he's going to take me through it. Hmm. So that's what I wanted to focus on. I want you guys to do that today too. Let's stay in the present. And when things start going left, get yourself, go somewhere alone. Start to breathe in for 4 seconds, hold it for 5, exhale it out for 6, and just keep doing that. That'll ground you back. I'm saying that because I'm gonna do that for myself. Because I'm telling you, listen, you can get sidetracked really quickly. And let's just be honest, especially when you owe a bill and ain't got the money to pay it. Did I say something right there? We get out the present moment and be like, oh shit, I ain't got the money to pay. Example, my light bill. Oh my God, and it's due today. Then we start worrying about that. We worry instead of just being like, you know what? I have everything that I need within me, whether it is attracting what I need or coming up with an idea to solve the problem, right? Mm-hmm. That's exactly right. Nikki, I know you done been there. I know you done been there. And again, and what I was telling y'all last week about that story with the king and those four wise men, and that the really wise one, the fourth one that he was so fond of, was always telling the king, everything is good. Everything is going just like it should. No matter how we look at it, no matter what's going on, we got to look at it like it's all good. Everything is happening just like it should. I told my granddaughter and my grandson that the other day. I was just like, a situation arose. And I told him, I said, it's okay. Everything is going just like it should, although it don't look like it, because what we're looking at, everything is happening the way it's supposed to happen. And everything is good. It's good because it's gonna pan out the way God wanted to pan out. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is that called a need? It's what called a need. When we have to pay for our utilities, what are you talking about? What do you elaborate, please? Oh, thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. I have everything within me. I have the power that's within me, and I'm unlocking that power. And what I will say is this for me, when I stop trying to figure it out, stop and just go with it, everything works. Everything just works. And you attract that you are, right? And when we go in, when we are in a place of lack, when we're speaking things of lack, okay, all right, appointment. You attract that because the subconscious don't know the difference. of having and not having. All we doing is putting that energy out because we are energy. Y'all know that, right? So when we're going in, talking or expressing what we want, when we're coming in from a place of lack and not having that mindset, then other things is gonna happen that's gonna make it more lack, right? I guess I said that right. But when we go into a situation knowing, listen, I already got what I need, um, and I'm attracting everything that I need and some of the things that I want, everything is gonna happen like it's supposed to happen. And stop worrying about it. Things start going smooth. But oftentimes what happens is because we can't control the narrative, we can't control the situation. That's where the anxiety, that's where the worry and everything come in. We got to stop trying to control the narrative, stop trying to control the situation, and just let it be. Everything's gonna fall like it's supposed to fall. hmm One of the things that I have a problem with too, multitasking. When you really need to just focus on what's at hand, take care of what's at hand, and then after you complete that, I think I said that the other day, take care of what's at hand and then go on to the next thing. That's staying in the present moment too. Have you ever found yourself, Nikki? Have you ever found, or Darlene, Smooch? Who else on here? Um, have you ever found yourself, example, cleaning one bedroom in your house, and you have something in there that don't belong, and you take it to, let's just say you have a glass, a drinking glass in your bedroom, and while you're cleaning up, you take the glass into the kitchen, and when you go in the kitchen, you see, oh shoot, there's more dishes in here. Let me go ahead and wash these dishes right quick. And when you're washing the dishes, and then you see a child, let's just for example, for the sake of conversation, you see a tennis shoe, some tennis shoes laying in the kitchen underneath the table while you're washing the dishes, and you look at the tennis shoes and say, let me go upstairs and put these in their bedroom. You go upstairs and put it in the bedroom, and then you say, oh, this bed is not made. Let me go ahead and make this bed up right quick. You see that? How many of us is guilty of that? Doing all this stuff and not even focusing on one task, and it take you all day to clean up. Good morning, Martha. I'm doing well, and yourself? Prioritize. That's it. Prioritize. So I got to get back to staying focused on that one particular task, and then taking care of that, and then moving on to the next, because it gets overwhelming. It gets overwhelming. See, that's doing all of that. You're not being in the moment. You're not being present. What are you doing is just going one to another, and nothing is getting done. Nothing. Or again, with me, let me tell y'all about me. I can be cleaning up and playing music, and all of a sudden and if it's a song I like, I'll go into the room where the music is playing. I'm in that room and I start dancing. And after the beat done dropped and I done started dancing, I see something in there that I need to do. I'm just keeping it 100. See, I got to work on being in the present and stop gallivanting all over the place. Maybe I can get some stuff accomplished. hmm Setting intentions for the day is another thing that'll help us stay in the present moment. Setting your intentions. Like, what do I have to do in this particular time? What do I have to do like right now? Let me go ahead and take care of that. I'm just saying. That's what we're focusing on. That's the word for the day. Staying present and unlocking the power that's within. Because again, just imagine, just imagine. Hey, let's do this. Let's challenge one another. Let's sit in and today and say, listen, today we're focusing on being in the presence and knowing that I am abundance. Go check out the community tab. Hi Isaiah, good morning. What keeps me going? What To be totally honest with you, what keeps me going is my grandchildren. My grandchildren keeps me going. Another thing that keeps me going is I'm always trying to better myself. I'm always trying to better myself. When I see that I can pull up and do better and I'm not, listen, that right there, I talk to myself and be like, yo, B, you got to do better than that. That keeps me going. Knowing that I have goals that I have set in place for myself. It's a journal. Goals I have set in place for myself. That keeps me going. Things to look forward to accomplish. And again, the main thing, like I said, is my grandchildren. Setting an example for them, showing them, showing them, listen, when life throws you a curveball, put your mitt on and catch it. Did you see that? Catch it, okay, and throw them another curveball. But again, my grandchildren and me setting goals for myself keeps me motivated and keeps me moving. Hmm. Yeah. I don't like being stagnated. I don't like feeling stagnated. I don't like being around people that have negative energy. I don't like being around people that speaks negative things, because like oftentimes I tell my grandchildren, listen, when you're around three people and you're the fourth one, and if they're doing negative things, oftentimes you're going to end up being that fourth one that do the negative as well. I try to surround myself around the people that I admire, who I look forward to, where they're at, where I want to be. I surround myself with people like that. Hmm. And I found myself at one point in my life, I found myself um, in like a little friend group type of deal. And I found myself saying, damn, we keep talking about the same thing every time we get together. What are we doing? Like, what are we doing? We complaining about this, complaining about that, complaining about it in a different way and another on another day. And I said, you know what, guys, listen, I'm going back to school, like, to, da 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 da. Did they do it? No. And then when I saw that they wasn't moving forward or trying to better themselves, I said, oh no, buddy, I got to get out of this. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I'm not gonna be sitting up somewhere again 5 years and us talking about the same thing. Well, he did this, girl, and he did that. I'm not doing all that foolishness. Mm-mm. If you're in a group and you see that you're the one that's propelling and moving forward, and they're not, then you got to get out of that group. If you're in a friend group and you all talking about the same being redundant of the conversations, and nobody trying to impart positivity or growth, baby, you need to get out of that. Cut it. Hmm. It's time to move on. Exactly. Good morning, Annette. Good morning. Good morning. And oftentimes, when you find yourself, you got that connection and you don't want to, let's be real, you don't want to move on because you like them. You want to, but shit. Mm-mm. I'm like you, darling. I got to move on. I don't care how much I like you. I don't care how much I enjoy. Mm-mm. So we're doing the same old thing. And people start to tell you this when you start to better yourself. Oh, you think you better. Oh, you think you did. I do. I do. Because I'm better in myself. Oh, you trying to be da 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 da. No, I am. I am. And a lot of time people try to throw off on you or put you down because you are doing what they're afraid to do. And they want you to stay in the same little minute circle, doing the same old thing in this mixing pot as them. And if they're okay with being in the mixing pot with all this other stuff, then that's them. But honey, I'm jumping out. I told you about that frog, and them two frogs that jumped in that pail of milk. One gave up and died, and the other one just kept on, honey. He kept on, okay? Putting one foot before the other, and he ended up churning that milk and made him some butter and jumped out of there. That's me. I'm that frog. You have to have confidence. I put that on my video the other day. Confidence is what I possess. Monday is what I did it. I said I'm walking and strutting into Monday with confidence. That's right. And people sometimes take your confidence as being arrogant or conceited. No, baby, I'm confident. And if you perceive it that way, then no, that's not my problem. That is not my problem. Hmm. And again, my grandchildren said, Nana, why don't you hang with such and such anymore? Why don't you, you're always by yourself. See, lead by example. What and kids pick up on stuff. And you know what I told them? I said, listen, sometimes you have to remove yourself from people that is not being conducive to your growth. And I said, and it's okay. It's okay to have associates to where you don't have to talk to them every day. But when you see yourself trying to grow and nobody else is trying to grow, it's need for you, it's time for you to go. So with them seeing me living my life the way that I'm living my life, being an example to them when they get older, they'll be okay with, Xing themselves from friend groups and saying, you know what, no, we're not on the same page. So I got to go. And this new chapter in my life, listen, and again, I thought about you guys. I thought about you guys yesterday, honestly, because I was out doing some things and I was like, wow, being single again, being divorced at the age of 55, I thought about, like, I wonder how many of my followers are literally my age, if not maybe 40, 35, 40, 50, that are divorced or single and out here afraid to really do what needs to be done, or find themselves in situations feel like they're handicapped because they had a significant other to take care of, paying the taxes and on the vehicles, putting the stickers on the vehicles, or keeping the yard up, or fixing things around the house. I said, I really wonder how many of my followers are in the same situation I'm in. And I was saying that because I was out doing some things, and I was saying to myself, God, it would be wonderful if I had a significant other to do this crap. But being that I don't, I have to do what needs to be done. I just wonder. And I was like, by me showing up and really giving you all a little glimpse into my life, you know, I hope that would encourage anybody that's single, anybody that is a certain age and feel like, they're too old. Take a good look at me in my life and say, you know what? Age is just a number. If Miss V can do it, so can I. Honey, I was out there in the yard last week trimming. I videoed it. I'm gonna post it. Because I said, listen, women need to know, okay, yes, I'm single right now. Doesn't mean I'm going to always be single. But while I'm in this single season of my life, I still got to do what needs to be done. This yard still need to be mowed. These hedges need to be. Now, listen, if you got money to pay somebody to come and take care of it, great. But if you don't, listen, don't be a damsel in distress. You got everything that you need within you, use it. Hello, somebody. Good morning. Good morning. I know what the caption said, but I needed to get that out there. I don't have everybody knocking on my door, beating my door down, talking about somehow. Do you need your yard mowed? Do you need to trim your trees? I'll be more than happy to trim your tree. No, ma'am. No, sir, I don't. I went right on over to Lowe's. Well, because at one time I had um, a lawn care guy. I had that. But listen, the way my finances is set up at this moment, I can't afford it. I cannot afford it. So I marched my little happy ass right on over to Lowe's. Hello, being 100, and I need a lawnmower, and I need a hedge trimmer. I need a weed eater. I need a gas container. Yeah, I went over there and listen, they started laughing at me because I would go over there just about every other day until I got everything I needed. And I'm asking all these questions. And they was like, you gonna do all this yourself? Yes, I am. Now look, what do I need to get to kill these grub worms in my yard? Get rid of these moles. What? Y'all think I be when I be putting that, y'all see me out there, I'm just doing it for a show, for clicks and views. No, that's my life. Literally, get out there and push that lawnmower, put a hat on my head, and put some sunscreen on. Push, yeah. Mhm. Mhm. You're absolutely welcome, Norma. Darlene says you're teaching the truth. I do that myself. Love taking care of me. 63. Don't let it fool you. Oh, come on through here, Darlene. Don't let the age fool you. Thank you, Smooch. Let me tell you something. I do, and you know what, Darlene? I do like cutting grass. I love to see it after I'm done. I love to see it after I'm done because going through it, child, I have to get up early in the morning. Um, Yeah. Sometimes my ex-husband come and help, or I get my brothers to come and help. Sidebar. Y'all know when that little unwanted visitor came into my barber shop, I was like, I had told my brother, I was like, will you come over and help me, do my yard? He was like, yeah, I'll come over and help you. But after that unwanted guest came into my barber shop, when he got over there that Sunday morning, I said, look here, bro. I know I said I was gonna help you, but the way my nerves is right now after the unwanted gas, you could you do it yourself today? Because I'm not gonna be able to do it. And bless his heart, he went ahead and took care of my yard for me. But it is what it is at the end of the day. And it is good exercise. It is, it is. But I don't want other women to feel like that, and I know I got off topic, but I just don't want other women to feel like that when they um are a certain age, like 50 or up, 45 and up and single, that you have to settle for less just to have somebody in your life. Well, look, we have all the tools we need. We may not want to do it, but don't settle for less just so you don't have to do it. I feel like we attract that we are. And once you figure out what it is about you to keep attracting um, people or the opposite sex into your life that's not conducive to you, once you figure out what you're doing better yourself, then you'll start attracting the opposite of that. I always say I deserve the best and I'm going to get it. And sometimes you have to wait a little bit longer, a little bit longer. But patience is a virtue. Patience is a virtue. And that goes back to being in the present. I ain't going to worry about tomorrow. I'm going to worry about today. What B going to do today? How we going to handle this today? And you'll be surprised how once you get that mindset, how things just start changing. I've been there before. I got to get there again. And again, I'm not perfect. I got a lot of things I need to work on within myself. And I'm working on it. It ain't cute, but I'm working on it. I um I know at one point I used to, on my lunch break, I used to just go out and just sit under a tree and just meditate for like 30 minutes. Whew. Just not think about nothing and just enjoy that 30 minutes. I need to get back to doing that. I definitely need to get back to doing that. Another thing that help us stay grounded is to start doing activities that we enjoy doing, right? Like y'all know what I love to do. It's what? Dance. I gotta make a video today. I gotta, because I didn't post no video of me dancing yesterday. Hmm. Yes, yes, yes. I love it. Dancing is therapy. And let me tell y'all something. You swear up and down I'm on the stage somewhere, but I'm on the stage of life. I think. Oh, I'm gonna share this with you guys too. I think um, being happy is a choice. I really do. I think being happy is a choice. I think we can go through life always complaining, and that's a choice. What was, what wasn't, what is, what ain't. I think that's a choice. I could sit and be bitter. I can complain about a lot of things, but I choose to be happy. Happy is so much easier. It's less stressful. It's less stressful and it's contagious. It really is. Think about it. If you're somewhere and somebody start laughing, like laughing is contagious. If you start laughing and no, if you're somewhere and you hear somebody laughing, you're gonna turn around and look and see what they're laughing at, right? Even if you don't know what they're laughing at, they're gonna be laughing so much, and then what you're gonna start doing? You're gonna start smiling. Then the next thing you know, you're gonna start laughing. You don't even know why you're laughing, but you're gonna start laughing too, right? Exactly. If somebody start yarning around you, you ain't even sleeping, but you're gonna start yarning too. It's contagious. Dancing. You see somebody dancing, oh, and they okay, all right. Oh, you're gonna start tapping your feet or moving your head. It's contagious. Let's spread. happiness and joy, when you find yourself um, doing things that really make you happy, it'll rub off on other people, just like negativity rub off on people. Hello, somebody. How many of y'all do breathing exercises? Now, what did I just do? Okay. How many of y'all do breathing exercises? You'll be surprised how breathing calms the mind, how breathing settles in. Because when you like, if you get upset, people say, just breathe, just breathe, just breathe, because it lowers. I don't know if it's your I want to say endorphins. I don't know, but it lowers the anxiety and lowers all those. And when you start breathing, calming down, when you find yourself again, we were talking about being present today. I kind of jumped off subject, but we're talking about if um you find yourself not being present, just start breathing. And you can pull it up on YouTube, breathing exercises that help. They got this little dot, and you hold your breath till it get to a certain point, and then you exhale till it get to a certain point, and then you breathe back in. I do that. I also do yoga. And listen, honey, one of my friends the other day was like, they got a hot yoga class downtown. Who ain't going? I'm gonna video that. And just to show you guys, listen, this is some of the things I do to keep stay in the moment and stay present. hmm I think when you're tense and everything, it takes you out of being in the moment. But when you start doing things that alleviate stress and stuff, it'll bring you right back and pull you right back into being in the moment. Is this good? Is this good, guys? Good morning, Tracy. How are you? Good morning. We're talking about living in the present, unlocking the powers that's within us. I absolutely love it. You're gonna try it. And listen, I challenge you guys, all nine of you that are on here. I challenge you guys. What are you gonna do to stay present today? Today, Wednesday is Hump Day. What are you gonna do to stay present today? I gotta get in here. Keep writing in my journal, honey. That right there, writing in my journal. Hmm. Let me tell you something. Sometimes when I start writing about how I feel, it hurts. Ugh, it hurts. But I write it and it helps get it out of me, right? Tracy, find yourself. Absolutely. Oh, that's a bird. It gets it out of me. And one time when I very first started journaling years ago, I was just like, I don't want to do this because I was going to counseling. I said, I don't want to do this because it just hurts so bad just to write it. I didn't want to do it. She said, no, you write it out. Because once you're writing it and you feeling those emotions and stuff, you're getting it out of you. You're getting it out of you. And a lot of times when we hold on to things, we suppress it. It don't show back up until we're triggered. It don't show back up until like you find yourself moving on in life and you done met somebody else and they do something that remotely reminds you of what was. And then all that stuff start bubbling up. You haven't dealt with it. You suppressed it. So another way of getting things out is to write it out. Feel the hurt, feel the cringe, feel all that stuff. Yeah, get it out. hmm That's why I can find myself now. I know I have people to ask me, it's like, because I told y'all, my ex husband and I, we're friends. We still do things together with the kids and stuff. It's like, how can you, like, you are a good woman? No. What I have done is I've accepted him for who he is. I'm not going to keep dwelling on what was because I can't change it. We just to move on to a new chapter. Yes, did I talk about it? Yes, did I write about it? Honey, how many journals do I got at the house? Well, I didn't sit there 2 o'clock in the morning still writing and crying and writing and crying. Honey, I was getting all that out of me. Writing and crying and then talking here. And at one point, to be very transparent, I was saying, I was looking at him like, you need to be working on you. You need to be working on you. And then I thought, no, Veronica, you need to work on you. Stop worrying about what he's doing. So you can't grow still trying to worry about what he's doing, and you can't move ahead by pulling somebody else. You already know it's over. You again, you already know that it's over. Stop trying to fix what can't be fixed. Take the good from it, take the bad from it, and grow from it. Period. We're all grown. When you're at this certain, when you get a certain age in life, and life changes, whether you go through a divorce, you lose somebody, it's grief on whether they die or whether you get a divorce. It's grief there. Go through your grieving process. Go through your grieving process, and part of the grieving process for me was being to myself, and I'm still healing. I'm not healed all the way. I'm still healing, right? But in my healing process, I'm not going to be ugly towards him. He's not being ugly towards me. What he's doing to work on his growth, I don't know. That's not my business. But at the end of the day, I'm working on Veronica. And it's more conducive for me to not be, what do you call it, bitter, not be, I'm not doing all that. No, I'm not doing all that. So if somebody on here just is just in that situation, honey, let it go. Let it go. You can't change what somebody. It don't even have to be a divorce situation. It don't even have to be, um, It could be somebody that has wronged you. It could be somebody that, something that happened on the job. It could be, it. Let it go. Just let it go. Let's learn a lesson from it. Whatever that lesson is, I don't know, but learn from it. Get value out of it. Even in, okay, so this is a good analogy. They built a casino over here, right? They built a casino. The first they built a tent. It was a makeshift casino until they built the the casino itself. After they built the casino, y'all stay with me. After they built a casino, they went to tear down the tent. Now in that tent, when they started tearing it down, everything wasn't scrap. So the things that wasn't scrap, they used it. They're using it to build another tent for another upcoming casino. And the scrap they threw away. What am I saying? When you were in a relationship with something, it wasn't all bad. So you take the good and work with the good, and the bad that you can't do nothing with, let it go. Let it go. Was that good? You welcome. Huh? And we find it hard to do that when you're still trying to hold on and make a person pay for something they did to you. You can't make a person pay for nothing. You can't. Why is it hard to let go? You tell me. Get in the present. Good morning, Jay Conqueror. How? Okay, you handsome. Good morning, Jay. Ooh, you handsome, honey. Right, Tracy. Find yourself. Find yourself. Thank you for tuning in. But yeah, absolutely. That's growth. That's growth. My cousin told me yesterday. She said, "You know what, Veronica?" She said, "I think it's a beautiful thing, to see you and your ex-husband still communicating and doing things, with the kids." She's like, "Wow, how many people, do that?" I said, "You know what? That comes with wisdom and growth. Because years ago, that wasn't Veronica, right? But as you get older, you should become wiser." And I was telling her, I said, this right here is showing younger people, and oftentimes older people too, to still trying to be spiteful and all this foolishness. Joshua Godfrey, good morning. Good morning. That, listen, stop fighting over stupid shit. I mean, literally. Because here's the thing, and I'm being very transparent. When I filed for divorce, I said, listen, we don't have to be ugly towards one another. We ain't got to fight over this or fight over that. Let's just talk about it, do what we're going to do, and just move on. Because a lot of times you spend so much money getting out of it, fighting over this and fighting over that. And a lot of that, when people be fighting over stuff, they mad, revengeful, right? I'm going to make you do this. And I'm like, mm-mm, honey, if it's over, it's over. And nobody should try to be greedy and try to do this. Listen, let's just do it applicably. I couldn't even pronounce it. Amicably, right? A peace of mind is priceless. Let me tell you something, honey. I told him earlier. I get up in the morning time and sit and quiet, and it's about 10, 15 minutes. A peace of mind is better than, because what happens is, and I talked to one of my ex co-workers 2 weeks ago. Him and his wife got a divorce, and he says, Veronica, he said, you would be surprised at how much money we spent in attorney fees. And the attorneys was dragging it out because the longer you go, the more you gotta pay. He said, and I told my ex-wife, look at all the money we spent. I said, see what I'm saying? Because I was telling him my story. He was like, damn. He said, if we would have done it like that, man. But see, it was being spiteful towards the other. And all that money you done gave the attorney, you all could have been using that to rebuild, moving forward, right? That's it. Thank you, darling, for showing up. I appreciate you. Good morning, Madeline. Good morning. Yeah, and we got to get to the point to where, you know what, cut our losses. And listen, we was together for a season. Yes, I'm hurt because again, when you're splitting up, it's like death. But we're not going to be ugly towards one another. You may not like what that person did. He may not like what you did, or vice versa. What's done is done. Let's cut our losses and move on. Good morning. Good morning. And how can we do this and save money in the process? Because one thing for certain, too, for sure, when you're going through a divorce, man, you spend out so much money, and then it's like you got to start all over again. You end up messing up your credit. I'm not doing all of that. I'm not doing all of that. No, I'm not doing all that. Been there, done that before, and then look back. Then they turn and living his life. He riding around his Maserati. You trying to figure out how to get a car because, yeah, no, we're not doing all of that. Let's just kiss and say goodbye. OJ's. No, but all jokes aside, you have to be mature enough. You have to be mature enough and you have to be strong enough to say, yes, I'm hurt. Yes, she did this to me, or yes, he did that to me. But, that's a but. We still got to live after this. We still got to. This lady told me this one time, and I'm going to use this in this analogy too. She lost her father. Her father passed away. And I said, oh my God, like, how are you handling this? Like, I know, like, she said, let me tell you something, Veronica. She says, whenever you in this situation, if you have to bury your parents, of course you're going to grieve. She said, but when you go to put them away, you take your grieving hat off and put your business hat on. Because oftentimes when you're grieving, you start making emotional decisions. You start doing things like, oh, mama would like this or daddy would like that. And you're spending all the insurance money, giving it to them. You don't want to put your money in the ground. Why am I saying that? When you're going through a divorce or separate or whatever, and yes, again, when you're getting divorced, it's like you're grieving because, again, that's a part of you that's leaving. That's a part of you, right? You take that hurt, you take and you put it aside and say, okay, now let's think logically here. Now we got to go and start looking at the financial part of this. Do we have a house? Okay, who gonna stay in the house? Who gonna buy each other out? We don't need nobody else. We don't need a third party to come in. We can sit down here as two grown adults. And again, if we can't come to agreement on today, let's come back. But see, what's gonna happen in the long run? You're gonna end up saving a lot of money, thousands of dollars. I absolutely love when you do you. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, that's just food for thought. Seriously. Seriously. And see what will help you get to that point too is when again, when you take time out for yourself and start to just meditate, Be in the present. Be in the present. Be in the present. Deal with it. Deal with it. Deal with it. Be willing to have those uncomfortable conversations. Oh, you're going to be angry. You're going to be hurt. Yeah, you get all these feelings and emotions. Acknowledge them. But when it comes down to, listen, finances, what we got to do, let me take this off. I mean, you don't have to do it. You can go on and spend all your money if you want to. Then be sitting somewhere looking crazy, struggling, trying to figure out how am I going to get it. I mean, we good and grown. Y'all know what it is and what it ain't. You know? So, but that's food for thought for today. Listen, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for this conversation. I appreciate you guys. It's tight, but it's right. I challenge you guys to be in the present today to unlock the power that you have within and know that once you unlock that power, it is limitless. So we're going to stay present today. Go check out the community tab. I put I put this in the community tab and just drop what you're going to do today to stay present today. Okay? You all have a great day. And listen, we was on here for almost an hour this morning. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Be in the present.